Good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just gonna quickly do this. I might be only swing trading this coming month. Yeah. So, hey man, oh God, look at indices, all-time high. It's good that they're all-time high. I missed my potential trades here. Um, as I said before, I did miss my potential trades on look at this in here. I was looking for this low here, but as it created the low, I guess it left without me. So right now, your stop loss would be here, or if you want to be safe, you can be here, take profit. That's a good move. How many pips move this one? Let's see. About 176 pips, about 3.8% move. So that would have been a great trade, but as you know, things happen. This China and US strike a deal. So we will speak about a few things and then we can conclude the stream. I'm not going to take long. Let's just quickly do this. So indices at all-time high. Uh, let's see, indices at its all-time high. S&P 500 all-time high, Nasdaq all-time high. And what am I looking at? They are bullish. And let's just quickly speak fundamentals and look at the fundamentals, and then we'll take it from there. It do a lot is happening in this market, guys. Let's see. Here we go. So oil is every US index is positive. China is positive. I mean, it's bullish. Sorry, Bitcoin US80. So it looks like we have moved into risk on asset, but there's something that is happening this week, and this week it's a week where the Fed will decide to cut rates or not cut rates. And to be honest, I am more lying to Feds not cutting rates, but possibilities of Feds cutting rates. Let's see what FOMC, they might cut rates by 25 basis points. That's what the market is anticipating. And if they cut rates, that will push US indices to the upside more. Like really, 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 it will push the US indices to the upside more. If we're to look at the Feds, if they definitely cut by 25 basis points, it's another thing. But if they cut by 50 basis points, that's not priced in, and we could see a massive move in the US indices and gold. That will raise flags into what are the Feds looking at, because if we're to look at the jobs data, we don't have the jobs data yet. So let me see institutional positioning if they've been updated. You see delay due to government shutdown. We have a government shutdown, so we can't confirm certain things. The labor market can be confirmed, but something that was a bit of a positive, even though it was a rally to the upside in terms of inflation. When you look at CPI that came out last week, we got 3%, even though you could see that it's still an uptrend. However, we got the forecast was was 3.1%, and we got 3%, which is lower than expected. That was very bullish for US indices to say, yes, inflation is going to the upside, but it's not rapidly, prices are increasing as rapidly as anticipated. So that was a good, I think the stock market took that as a positive, and then we saw the rally to the upside in terms of indices. So that's one thing that happened last week. And if you were to look at economic heat map, economic growth, we know that GDP has been performing, but let's just look at the economic heat map just browse through everything. Then we can look at the technicals, what I'm holding and what I'm looking at. It looks like now, in terms of the dollar, we are neutral, and we are waiting for interest rate to give us clear direction. Um, CPI, we got it's bullish for lower than expected, was bearish for the dollar, but bullish for stock. And remember what I said, stocks now are extremely bullish given that CPI, the prices didn't go up as expected, and this could lead into rate cuts. or keeping the interest rate the same. So there is a bit of stability in there. But already, as I said earlier when I started the video, that the forecast is saying they might cut rates by 25 basis points this month. If they don't cut interest rate by 25 basis points and move into 50 basis points, that might cause the indices to roll over lower, to retrace off from the all-time high, given that they'll be like, what are the Feds looking at? Are they worried about the jobs data? Is the job data going to come out after the first shutdown to be extremely bad? What are exactly the Fed looking at for them to cut by 25 basis points? Because already we see that inflation it's increasing, which is a bit of a problem. However, it's lower than forecasted. So the price are increasing at the rates that is not as expected. I don't know if it makes sense, but however, that's what I was trying to explain. You look at the last data, we got 3%. The focus was 3.1%, was bearish for the dollar, but bullish for the indices. So that's one thing which is very interesting for me. But in terms of what I'm looking at and going into CPI, I mean going into FOMC this week, are we going to jump on trade or are we going to wait to see what the Feds do? But if the Feds really cut by the interest rate by as expected, I don't think we're going to get anything. I think the Feds will have already priced in. However, here's my thinking. So whatever happens, they cut rates, we might get this move, slightly moves, yeah, back. That's what I'm looking for. So I am going to look for a retracement lower for such a move into the upside for all the US indices because are at its all-time high. Are at its all-time high. So I'm really interested in which Nasdaq is about US30 is about 4,700 US dollars. That's quite high. And what's interesting is we have seen that Bitcoin now it's bullish. Do I hate myself here? Yes, I do. I definitely do hate myself. Why? But really, I was looking for longs here. The market did give me the longs that I was waiting for. Now it's halfway through, but I didn't get the trade because, as I said before, it was not making sense. So now I am going to look if it retraces back. Oh, come on. If it retraces, Bitcoin retraces back to that low here, perhaps I'm going to look for longs to Bitcoin all-time high. So as I said, we are on risk on as we are on risk on, and with risk on being active, I'm thinking Bitcoin might hold that low and move back to the upside. I might have my buy limit there. Another one that I'm looking for is Russell. I know it's a bit overstretched now. You could look for longs there. Let me see the daily time frame to look for longs on that support, yeah. To look for higher highs. Uh, to look for higher highs, yeah. Yep, it makes sense. Okay, there is logic behind the trade. I will look for this retest and look for longs here and to go to the upside on Russell. If that low happens, I'm going to take Russell longs. Um, what other thing is bullish before I end the stream? I spoke about US All, Russell, and DEX. Those are the only thing that they are bullish, US indices. But I really need to speak about uh, I need to speak about this guy here, this friend of mine here. Gold. So gold, we are starting to see gold coming lower. From that time to now, gold it's down at its all-time high to right now it's 99%. Is it the right time to buy gold? Yes, you could buy gold. Honestly, you could buy gold, but I'm waiting just for for the micros to align. Then maybe I'll look for a trade on gold. I love that it's holding that support. That support, it has moved lower, and we are here. I might even buy an ETF on gold right now in terms of stocks. And I'm gonna wait for the fundamentals to align. I'm just gonna buy an ETF. Let me look at the GLD ETF that I'll buy. I might not buy. Uh, where is this? I'm not gonna buy a new issue. I'm gonna buy. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. I might buy this one. I know I might be catching a falling knife, but if anything happens on Friday, they cut by 25 basis points. we might see this retracing back to the upside. And why am I saying so? I am saying so because gold ETFs, basically gold is, it moves with certainty and uncertainties. We know that there's certainties in terms of the trade war with China. However, if they cut by 25 basis points, the market will be scared to think of why are the Fed cutting by 25 basis points? Where are they getting the idea to cut by 25 basis points? And this might move gold higher, and then it might dump the it might dump the dollar on its own. So I might look for gold issue. I might buy an ETF on that low, but still, even if it moves lower, I still buying on an ETF, buy ETF, buy ETF until as we go low. I'm gonna add on my ETFs trades. So I will be buying gold ETF even now, today, or anytime. I'll be buying gold ETF on my shares trading account. So that's one thing which I wanted to make it clear. But all I said, oil is bullish. In terms of stock, in terms of forex, the only forex pair that I'm looking for and I'm watching, that I'm on a trade on, it's NZD CAD. Okay, NZD CAD. It's been annoying. Uh, Trust me. So with this trade here, I have just moved my stop loss here. Trade moved up to trail stop to break even. So look at that. Just gonna see if what will be the movement as as we are here. Can we close perhaps close above direct? I mean impulsive close above. Then if that happens, then I'm gonna move my stop loss to the high into profit. But really, it's been an annoying trade, this one. As the DCAD has been consolidating for a while. So, but I am gonna hold on to the trade and stick to it. I know it's annoying, but I'm going to still hold on to it. But at least my risk are off on it. So I think this is one thing which I wanted to speak about. And I think that's it, man. Let's look forward to the FOMC, which will be very interesting. Stock price. So I spoke about all these things. I don't think I have to speak about anything, but something that I need to look at, and I always wanted to look at, is the SA Top 40. It's been overperforming. SA Top 40 has been overperforming. And I love that it's coming down. Should I buy it? I don't know. And why is it coming down? Let's see what's happening. Yeah, people are jumping into the US trade deal. Uh, Look, I might buy SA Top 40 here. I am just looking at SA Top 40 at that high. If it holds this high and break above, perhaps it's something else. Or if it flips any of these lows and start to print a positive candle above that high, I'm going to look to buy it. But for now, as I said, I'm going to buy gold ETF. And if we move lower, I might even contemplate buying. Let me see the fair price for this move. Oh, perfect. Where I want to enter, it's a perfect price, 50% retracement. It's a bit discounted for me to take a trade. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for, man. So yeah, this is what I'm looking for. As I said, I was not here to take long. So thank you so much for joining me. I'll only look at your comments. I'm just gonna jump and go out. I have to leave now. But other than that, thank you so much for joining me. Do not forget to like and subscribe. I'll be doing, as I'm working night shift, this is what I'll be doing and with you guys. It can either be 4 p.m. or between 5 p.m. Then this is what we'll be doing, discussing the market, discussing what I'm looking for in terms of swing trading. And if opportunities arises, we will trade it together. Other than that, have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget to like and